Can you please tell us how Nur Cham was arrested and detained?
Well, at the arrest of Nur Cham, I wasn't there. But where he was detained, I used to go there on duties. But Nur Cham was always on cuffs. Hands were always cuffed.
On?
Cuffs.
Cuffs.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Commissioner Kinte.
Jallow, my first question is, how long was Nur Cham detained at Tanje before he was executed? Because the first part, Adelaide has preempted.
Approximately 2 weeks. If I'm not mistaken, I think 2 weeks.
My second question is, when we were going to, at Buyam, where you found Sanamanja, that was the moment you went with 2 people. You said you branch off to one of Yahya's gardens. What is if you will help, is it while you start entering Buyam and turn right also, or at the exit towards Kalaji, turn left also? Which way did you turn?
There is a village that you pass before getting to Buyam.
Yes.
In between this village and Buyam,
Yes.
there is this road that bends heading to the left.
To the riverside.
To the riverside.
Okay.
This garden is just at the riverside almost.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Samba, you have the floor.
Mr. Jallow, I want to ask the place, because you said when at any time you are going for operation, they must call you at the base for you to go to the base. Is that base a place where you used to take your drugs before you go on operation?
This base, some of our members of the patrol team were living there. So that was, and they were the only people living there. That was the most suitable place for us to meet and chat in such operations.
Okay, my second answer is, my second question is, all these cuffs that you have and do mass burial for them, you didn't do any Muslim act for them, like washing them, putting them in a coffin and bury them?
We haven't, no.
And you know that those people are Muslims?
I know, very well. But as I tell you, I was a tail in this. If it was to be initiated, it will be initiated at the strategic level. But I, as a subordinate, I was at the tactical level.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Imam C, you have the floor, please.
Umar Jallow, nabulu ay hal pular.
Ehar?
Ajara mo jofe hal lap kakakal daka.
Imam C said, thank you very much for your witnessing at the TRRC here.
Labi no combat dako fof hal.
You have made clear all the operations that we've gone through.
Dubi hono gonda e odo.
Now, don't.
Elelo golle dubi hono gonda en.
Imam C is asking him, how many years were you involved in these kinds of operations?
Misiki Johnny Dal, mino nata e dubi nogas e jedidi.
Dubi hono gonda e golle de patrol unen.
Nogas e jedidi.
May we have interpretation?
The witness said that the Imam asked him, how many years were you involved in these operations? And the witness said he was in these operations for 27 years.
No, I think he said, how many years were you in the service?
Or in the service or in the, okay.
Golle de wargo yimbe.
Golle de mi do not yet de golle hitande 2011 2012. Hakune dendal mi anda mi wawani andu exactly ko hitande honde de kitale didi.
The Imam asked him, how many years were you involved in the killings? He said, the witness said, halum titin minana, du bijel wat that on.
te handam nattude heɗe kadi tawi mi waɗoyino tawi mi gollino golle ɗiɗi woni ɗen golle ɗe ɓeya ganiyanoɓe e aruna ko ɗum waɗi ha ɓe cohluno pour min nattira e ɗe golle tumbul sukkino kam pour mi natta e ɗe golle kono kala nde o sukki kam ay o yahino ha o kooli laamɗo o ñande min immi e opération aruna o wi o Omar Jallow mino yiɗi o natta e team he.
Okay, the witness is saying that for the first two operations, that was the killing of the Ghanaians and the killing of Haruna, but by that time he was not part of the patrol team. But after he participated in the killing of the Ghanaians and Haruna, that was the time that Tumbul Tamba said that he needs Mr. Jallow to join the patrol team.
Nde o kolata Yahya Jammeh pour mimi natta e patrol team e tawi miɗo dari solo mbo dari.
The day that Yahya Jammeh called Tumbul to include Mr. Jallow in the patrol team, he said he himself was present and Solo was present that day too.
Mbimi ɗum mimi wonino he patrol team hande o patrol team ar joni accumi acca woɓɓe ne ɓe gona he en.
The witness saying that he told Tumbul that I was in this patrol team before, so now I think it's better for others to be brought into the patrol team so that I can leave the patrol team.
Koninde ɗum waɗi.
That's how it went on.
Ngartumi tay on time guard jahanomi Kanillai. Nde ngartumi.
That was when he was on guard at Kanillai. But when he came back,
njami to Malia, Musa Jammeh Malia Mungu.
That was the time when he went to meet Malia Mungu or Musa Jammeh.
Ay kam woni keeni do bodyguard be gardo be Yahya Jammeh be.
Because Malia Mungu or Musa Jammeh was heading the team who were personal bodyguards to Yahya Jammeh.
Miminuma tumulde mbokam yidi napto patrol team.
He informed Musa Jammeh that Tumbul is trying to take me and ask me to join the patrol team at Kanilai.
By on palas bo Malia wondo kamyo Tumbul bembo podo tiranno.
By that time, where Musa Jammeh was, it was a push and pull between Malia Mungu or Musa Jammeh and Tumbul. They were competing so that one of them will head the protection team for Yahya Jammeh. When I said this to Tumbulu,
Malia,
when I said this to Malia Mungu Musa Jammeh, Musa Jammeh told him that you are not going anywhere. They've tried everything to take me away. Until Musa Jammeh died, I refused to go.
Joni si ayama awarma yimbe ala fof ko natata hakkile ma he wondema a wonta rutto he wona o ɗeɗo golle.
The Imam is asking that when they call you to go and kill people, don't you think and think to yourself that you shouldn't be part of it or you shouldn't come back to those things that you've done before? The witness is saying that today, in my present situation, all that has passed, I have regretted everything that I did up to the level of my Creator. Because our country, we never know killing each other here. But they said that if you have a crooked leader, well, his followers, most of them will become crooked like him. That's what brought me into killing of people.
On time,
and at that time, you have to do what he wants, or he does what he wants to do to you. There's a proverb saying that anybody who stands against his father,
anybody who insults his father,
who insults his father, yes,
will not leave somebody's father.
yeah, he will not spare anybody's father. That means
Yahya Jammeh
if Yahya Jammeh can stand and his close relative, he killed that close relative and killed that close relative's younger person also,
and then Yahya Jammeh
then Yahya Jammeh will not spare anybody. That's why.
Thank you, Imam Jallow. You have the floor, please.
Cow.
Naam.
Bimi.
Imam said, I say.
Andi de golle do no e wadde.
You know this type of job that we are doing.
Ko welo wadi ha natu don ken ma ko jawdi no wodi hen. Ko jawdi do ton kadi ha nan an ko jelu hebuda e on jamano.
If you decided to be part of it because of wealth, or you just liked to be part of it, if it is wealth, how much have you earned?
Ala andiga ko woni hen. Ala hay jawdi wondi hen. Wona welo min o hore am wona welo natini kam hen. Ko natini kam hen ko anatat hen baya andino ko yawti walla anatat hen walla anatata hen ko yawti ko jida ko mbadeda en.
I didn't join the killing because of wealth, or it was not my intention even to join them. But if you are working within people like these people, if you see what has been happening to others, well, if you are approached, you have to agree, or what has been done to others will be done to you. If you look at my my army file today,
na wadi hitane na ganduda hore ma mino wan fonno wat sign in.
No, there is
what re-engage.
There is a year that I should have been brought back into the army. They should have re-engaged me again that time.
Kono mi wadani re-engage den hitane sabu mino tabanno lawol pour mi funtandi leydi.
I refused to be re-engaged at that time because I was trying to leave this country at that time.
Ay mino jogi no galle.
I had a compound in Nyomi.
Bara.
Me
no hanje mi on galle.
I went to a level that I have to sell that compound.
Ono ballan no do kamo ballo mo jakorno mi o wallata kam ngal ko dungal. Ye ndun yaadu.
The person I hoped on to help me for that traveling
in wadani materialize.
It became a failure. That's why. Did your wife and relatives know the type of work you were doing? My wife wasn't aware of what I was doing. She just sees me going and coming. Now, how much have you earned?
Hay dara mi heɓade hay dara ko gonmi sina salary mo keɓon mino mo ñamida e family amo ay bank account mi ala.
I earned nothing, absolutely nothing out of it except the salary that I am being paid. I had only 4,000 in the bank, and every time I have to go and take something from that 4,000 so that I can help my family.
Okay, Jallow, left a prayer dula dole sene
Jallow,
I want you to clarify one thing.
Gambia America dingol men mofula me aliyefa.
Those two Gambian Americans that you killed, until someone came and chopped off their heads. Those heads, did you bury them along with the bodies, or what happened to the heads? And also, the people that you killed, you pass the villages to go to the bushes to bury them. I want you to clarify these areas.
ini balol ngeni balol sarel ngeni kungol sarele.
These people, we buried them along with their heads.
Bari kom ning niyataran dolbe tambila sate la pour ko sate mol ba jalale ko mokari be me moto kono nyim motol le men yalon ko bebe tinterdine nimbitang werol be katara celery ne for santo.
But to say that if we are passing a particular village, people would be able to know whether so and so individual are in the vehicle was not possible, because these vehicles were having tinted glasses and they were always wound up.
A clarification here. The question is that why do you have to pass graveyards in the villages and towns and go and bury people in the bush when there are graves in the towns and villages? You pass those graves and go and bury them in the bush. Akamem fola mnyinti muna na alibuka molu samba sateo la bade ko luto fali kata nyimfure lu bade ulokono muna na alika bade ko lutuje.
Wonyin kuriale ba ko ma niatara kuriata ko ma denum fa
because
nde fala fa ari Gambia luale beja anun Gambia dulale beja me alon ko mo nyantama ni moye luati nyantama bola wolto bo luwa be mbulu Gambia jang.
Well, there is foul play. This is why we don't have to take them to the graves in the villages and towns. But if there is no foul play, we would not have killed these people in the first place.
By nyadon ko yalon ne ko Gambia la loi constitutional battle buru bare ayin constitutional loi nyin ayata a bula jibo kono ay fansun loi bonde a fango kono abe ot loi ta mandika.
The head of state knows that the Gambia has a constitution. He took that constitution, put it in his pocket. He made his own laws and he was walking by those laws. This is why all these things happen.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Bojang, you have the floor.
Mr. Jallow, yesterday you told us here that there was a man who was riding a motorbike going towards Burfoot, and he was shot by your team members, like patrol members. Were you told the name of that person? 1. 2, what happened to the remains of that man, if any of your knowledge?
Well, what happened to the remains of that person, I don't know. But I knew this person lived in Burfoot in Nyaflen. Is it Jatakunda? I think so. Because this particular person, I knew his brother as Omar Jata. Either they are brothers or they are relatives. Because I knew this family when I was staying in Tintinto.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Jallow, the years that you have been with the junglers, how many people have you killed? What's the total, including the Ghanaians and the other foreign nationals?
Chairman, I don't get that question, sir.
The years that you have been with the junglers, how many people have you killed personally or participated in the killing of individuals, including the Ghanaians and other foreign nationals?
It's only the Ghanaians and Aruna. If I understand your question well.
What's the total number of people that you have killed?
I have to count that, Chairman. I participated in the killing of these Ghanaians who were 30. Aruna, Mustafa Koli, Mustafa Koli, Baba Job, Tijan Jallow,
Tumani Jallow. Tumani Jallow.
Sorry, Tumani Jallow.
Abdullah, well, not up. Go ahead, go ahead. Mahmoud Cisse.
Mahmoud Cisse.
Ibu Job.
Ibu Job. Mawa Cham. And the other person, Jake Cham's husband. Can you kindly remind me his name again?
Suleiman Daw.
Suleiman Daw.
Ndur Cham.
Ndur Cham. I think that's it.
Yes, the 9,
okay,
the 9 inmates.
The 9 inmates.
In the prison.
Yes.
Go on.
That's it, Mr. Chair.
That's it. That's 48.
48.
48 people you have killed.
Yes, sir.
Personally.
Yes, sir, Chair.
I think, Mr. Chair, maybe the witness does not understand the question. Participating in killing does not necessarily entail him having directly killed every single one of them.
That's why the question was the ones that you killed personally and the ones that you participated in. So the total comes to 48.
Participation is 48.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. You can proceed now to make your concluding remarks.
I would like to make my conclusion remarks in Olaf, if I am given the opportunities. In Olaf.
In Wolof. He wants to make it in Wolof.
No, please go ahead. Yeah.
What I'm saying here is going to be long. It's not going to be long.
If I gata.
It has to be very short.
Ndaxte
because
me ci dëkk bi laa juddoo fii laa yaroo fii laa magee.
I was born in this country, I grew up in this country, and I was brought up in this country.
Ba xew-xew yi yëpp xewee.
When all these things happened,
ñi ma ko bokkatoon.
the guys who were doing these things with me,
njiit yi.
the leaders,
ñëpp daw nañ.
they've all fled this country now.
Biñ doon daw.
When they were fleeing from the country,
dañ ma ne nañ dem.
they told me, let's go.
Ma ne leen man dew ma.
I told them, I'm not going anywhere.
Suma dëkk bi moo ma gënal kenn nit.
My country is better to me than one person.
Fii laay toog.
I will sit here.
Suñ ma ooyee ëllëg.
When they call me tomorrow,
lépp li nga xam ne xamoon naa ko te bokkoon naa si te gis naa ko dinaa ko wax.
whatever I was involved in, what I see and what I know, I will reveal everything.
moo tax ma toog.
That's why I stayed in the country.
Gars yi dem ba boori si border bi.
They went up to the border.
xam nañ ne Omar moom demut.
They know that Omar has not gone.
waaye léegi Omar dañ ko war a sàqal pexe.
Now they decided to set a plan for Omar.
ñu call ma.
They called me.
Omar.
Yahya
Jammeh yónnee na fi xaalis.
They said Yahya Jammeh has sent money to them.
ku nekk am na $2 million.
Every man has been allocated to get $2 million.
gannaaw demuloo.
So far as we are not going away,
kaa jël si sa xaalis.
come for your money.
ma ne leen man aw ma xam-xam de waaye yàlla daf ma dee aar ñëwuma. su fekk suma $2 million boobu seddoo leen ko yéen seen bopp.
I told them that, well, I am not highly knowledgeable, but I am going to tell you that God is protecting me. That 2 million, you can take it and share it amongst yourselves. I'm not coming. What I'm going to put on that is, that is,
doomi
Gambians.
Suma rakay, suma magi, suma yaay, suma baay, suma nijaay.
My younger brothers, my elder brothers, my mothers, my fathers, my uncles.
Ku leen jooyloo mu ngi nii toog seen kanam.
I am the person who made you to shed tears.
waaye lépp li ma am mooy
But all what I have is
jéggalu
forgiveness
te yàlla tax
because of Allah.
ndaxte su fekkoon ne man si suma jéemi boppa rek la
But if it is just because of me, myself, personally,
foog naa kenn gënaaram du dee saka nit
I think nobody will even lose a fowl or much more a human being.
waaye si institute bu ma liggéey
But the institutes that I was working for,
def naa
do I have done it?
bàyyil
Leave this?
soo defee ba pare
If you perform already,
si ngay mun a laajte lu tax ma def lii
that's the time when you can ask, why did I do this?
loolu la ñoo wax obey and complain
That's what they say, obey and complain. That's what it's all about.
te
And
suma institute bi
the institute that I was working for,
ndigal rek la dee wéyee
they only work by orders,
saka boo nekkee si suuf
especially when you are a junior.
si foofu lañ la dee wax ne
That's where they tell you
njiit bi
the leader
duy musa juum
has never made mistakes. The leader doesn't make mistakes.
second
The second,
su juumee
if the leader makes mistakes,
delloo ko principle number 1
take him back to principle number 1.
mooy kon njiit bi duy juum
That's what they say, that the leader doesn't make mistakes.
soo dekkee si façon boobu
If you live in a society or atmosphere like that,
nga am njiit bu jubut
and you happen to have a leader who is a bad person or who is a bad leader,
because Yahya Jammeh jubut
because Yahya Jammeh is a bad leader.
su fekkoon ne Yahya Jammeh dafa jub ku njiit bu jub la woon
If Yahya Jammeh had been a good leader,
luwaayi Gambia bi constitution moo ko jox power
the Gambian laws or constitution gave him the powers that be,
pour joxe final ndigal
so that he can give his final commands
all service operators
to the whole service operators.
su fekkee ne nag yow nekk nga nit ku nga xam ne bokk nga si service operators yooyu
If you are part of those service operators or operations,
te ndigalam ngay war a wéyee
you will have to go by his command.
suma mbokki Gambia yéen a xam de
Well, fellow Gambians, you know,
fu ñu romba dafa métti
we passed through a very difficult road.
am na jooy yu bëri yu def fii
Many people cried here.
te kenn jooyloo yu ñu jooy noonu
There was nobody who made us cry.
su dut ndigali Yahya Jammeh bu mu doon doxe si réew mi
It was only Yahya Jammeh's orders and commands that caused people to cry.
Yahya Jammeh laa gis rek laa gis ku officer sami sax daf leen dee téye leen
He was the only leader who I have seen who lays his own officers.
mu oola si kanam nga taxaw si kanam mu buddil la ndey
He will call you
nu ko neexee
for you to stand in front of him, and he will insult your parents any way that he likes.
seen soldaar yi bonuñ de
Your soldiers are not bad people.
njiit bu bon ngeen amoon
You had a
bu
very
bon lañ
bad
amoon.
leader.
soo amee njiit bu bon nag
If you have a bad leader
te moom mu amee ndigal
and he has the command,
ah ñu nekk si ron naka la ñoo baaxee
those below him, how can they become good people?
si li ma bokk ak li ma def yépp
Whatever I have done and what I have been part of,
ma ne suma xol du sedda su te fekkul ne tooguma fit place bu mel nii ma won le ne man Omar si lii laa def lii laa def lii laa def yéen Gambian yi ut leen place si seen xol yi ngeen jéggal ma baalal ma te yàlla tax
me, Omar, my mind will never be at rest unless I sit down at a place like this and tell you Gambians that me, Omar, this is what I have done, but now I'm appealing to you. I'm begging forgiveness from you Gambian people so that you can forgive me.
Depuis ñu ma dóor.
From those whom I beat up.
Depuis ñu nga xam ne seen lose nañ seen loved ones.
Ak ñi nga xam ne seen mbokk yi dee nañ.
Because yow tey.
You people today.
Jël nga ki nga xam ne moo jiite njoboot wala moo tekkati toppatoon njobootam.
If you take
téye nga kooku rey nga ko njoboot bi nu moo demee yàlla suñu buur rek moo ko xam.
If you kill the breadwinner of a family, now how is that family going to survive? Only God knows how that family will survive.
maa ngi ñaan jéggalu. te yàlla tax.
I'm begging for forgiveness because of Allah.
lii moo tax ma ne man duma daw dem duma dem fet.
This is why I said.
foog ma taxaw wala Gambia ni téema ne ma yaaree kaari bokk nga si rey kaari léegi ñun luy suñu yoon mooy nu doxal luwaay Gambia sa boppa bi ñu dem tëj la.
This is reason why I didn't flee is that I said I will stay in this country.
moo tax depuis buñ ma arrêté.
This is why I said I will stay here until the Gambians get hold of me and decide whatever they wish to do with me.
Because the first group buñ arrest.
I was not arrested because the first group who were arrested.
Man, fii lañ ma deploy Yundum.
I was deployed at Yundum.
Bori came to me and he said to me, your colleagues have been arrested. Aren't you going to run? I said to him, I was not going to run. If I am to run, I'll run from the outside into.
But
I'll not run away from my country and go somewhere else. Just take, for instance, all the things that I have said here today. If I was amongst those that ran away, would you, the Gambian people, have had the opportunity of getting to know these things that I said here? This was why this is why I said I was going to stay and narrate those things that I saw, those things that God showed me, and apologize. And here I am apologizing. And I am appealing to the leadership of any institution that is. Let them help their subordinates. Today, if you go to the army, each time you will hear that a soldier has been caught with cannabis. If that soldier, what he earned was good enough for him, then he wouldn't be involved in trafficking cannabis. Help the young ones. Because the young ones are tomorrow's leaders. And Gambia, let us unite and be one people. All human beings, the Europeans, Africans, whatever human beings, we all came from one source. And one womb. We are brought here by Adam. It is here that we came. We had Fullers, we had Sereris, we have Manjagos.
Why is Asal? Asal, see Asal. Who knew you nekon?
Where people go finally after their demise. When God said to the dead, fly. Those are the people who meet in this world here, love each other or get married to each other. And the first to come down onto the earth.
mooy rey nit.
That's what kills people.
kon man nag commit naa sin boobu.
And I have committed that sin.
ki ko njëkk a commit mooy xaawil ak xaawil.
xaawil ak xaawil ñoom ñoo ko door ñoom ñoo door reyante.
man seen mbokk seen doom seen raka seen mag ñeneen maa ngi nii seen kanam commit naa sin bu mel noonu waaye jéggalu naa leen jéggal leen ma te yàlla tax.
Me sitting here, your younger brother, your son, your niece, your nephew, I am here sitting in front of you. I've committed that sin. I'm still pleading for forgiveness. That's all what I have.
ñu bañ a dellu su mel ñu bañ a am ñu ñaan yàlla bu ñu mosatee may njiit bu mel ni Yahya Jammeh.
And let's pray to God so that God can save us from any leader like Yahya Jammeh. When a leader is somebody who is a playboy, what God knows is enough. I'm appealing to Gambians. I'm pleading for forgiveness, especially you, those who lost their loved ones. Through my work. Because in those days I was directed to do this, do that, do that. I had no command of myself. I was just following orders.
The tactical level and the strategic level.
There is a tactical level and the strategic level.
Orders su jógee ci strategic level bi su rombee ñëw ci tactical level bi def ko rek moo dee des.
When orders come from the strategic level and come to the tactical level, what you can do is to carry out those orders.
Dafa des ci awma choice. Because army amuñ duma ko def.
In the army, there is nothing like, I will not do this.
Te ñaan naa magi army bi.
I'm appealing to the leaders of the army.
Nañ jàngal xale yi army bi. Loi bulen garde.
Let them teach the younger ones, the soldiers, the young soldiers, the laws that they should know and the laws that should guard them.
That are governing them.
Yes.
Because man mi talk ni.
But because of me sitting down here today, I don't know anything that is military law.
Because do am access.
Because even if you ask for it, you will not get access.
Nañu ko jàngal su ko defee suñ buggee juum ñu xam ne ñu ngi bugg a juum nañ jubal ci suñ boppa.
They should teach us so that when we know it, then we will be able to be straight, or we will help each other to become straight too.
ñoom dañuy noppale ñun dañuy noppalu.
nga ne.
ñoom dañuy noppale ñun suñu nekk seen ron tam dañuy noppalu.
They have to rest, and we under them also need to have to
because bu boobaa doo am jubanti yu bëri.
If that happens, you will not have these bad things.
Bu boobaa soldat du dem dugga si lum xamut.
If that happens, soldiers will not go and involve themselves in things that they don't know.
Mr. Jallow.
Yes, sir.
Just to end it.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to tell the Gambian people that you did not know it was wrong to kill other people?
No, not actually.
Thank you.
So man foog naa daal ma tëjee fi suma kàddu ñaan laa leen ngeen jéggal ma te yàlla tax.
I'm going to close my...
fu ma nekk nii banta boobu rek laa amee doonte ñaan.
What I have to say here is I'm just appealing to people, pleading for forgiveness. What I have is to ask for forgiveness. Thank you.
Chair, over to you.
Thank you very much, Emma. Commissioner Jones, you had a supplementary point.
It was the question regarding advice to the serving officials.
That I have already given. That is telling the leaders to teach the subordinates the rules that are governing them. Because most of these soldiers who are working in the armed forces, they don't know the rules that are governing them. And they should know it to the ladder, so that they will not fall in the trap that we are on today, so that the mistakes that has happened will not be repeated. I think it's only through that we can help the subordinates.
Thank you very much indeed for those concluding remarks and suggestions, and thank you for your testimony. We will meet tomorrow at 10 o'clock, tomorrow morning. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.